Honda Demo Days, Southern Powersports in East Ridge, Tennessee. Let's do it. This is the Honda NT1100 DCT that I'm going to ride today. Comes in this really nice blue color. It's got the automatic transmission, which I'm really looking forward to checking out. It's got all the bells and whistles, all the modern features of a sport touring adventure bike. According to the sticker here, the price is $11,899 with a $775 destination charge. Doesn't come with the bags, you got to add those. So by the time you add those, probably another $1,200. You know, it's still a good price for this bike, and with the automatic transmission, it's I think it's a winner. Take a look at the cockpit here. A nice TFT display and a smaller LCD display down below. It's got Apple CarPlay compatibility, so if you hook your phone up to the bike, that upper TFT screen becomes like an Apple CarPlay screen, and you still have the speed and some other information down on the LCD screen below. Overall, a very nice looking motorcycle. I'm looking forward to riding it. Honda Demo Days, Southern Powersports in East Ridge, Tennessee. I've been looking forward to riding this bike. You know, as I get older, I think about maybe a DCT, and I want to try it out. So here we go. I'm already in third gear. But the DCT is very smooth. I mean, I'm already in sixth gear going 36 miles an hour. So the bike wants to go through the gears pretty quickly, and I think if you put it into the sport modes, it'll hold the gears a little longer. But a very, very good ride. I'm not going to make any comments on the seat. I mean, it seems okay, but you know, until you put a lot of time on a bike, you don't really know about the seat. And if it's like any other stock seat, I'm sure you probably want to change it out. So I've slowed down to 13 miles an hour. I'm down in second gear. I mean, you cannot tell when these gears are shifting. It is so smooth. And Honda is really, I guess, the leader in this automatic transmissions technology for motorcycles with their DCT. They've got it on their Gold Wing. Now they've got this in the United States, and you can only get it in the DCT in the United States. I don't know if they'll eventually make this NT1100 available with the manual or not. They probably will in the future. And you can get it on the Rebel 1100, and you can also get it on the NC750. So there's quite a range of motorcycles if you're interested in a DCT that you have to choose from, all the way down to, you know, around $9,000 for the 750, you know, up to the high-priced Gold Wings. I see really two big benefits to this bike. Number one, I guess, is the DCT. If that's what you're looking for, this is seems to be working pretty flawlessly. Another one is it's got Apple CarPlay compatibility, so you can connect your phone to the bike and Apple CarPlay will come up on this TFT screen, and you still have the LCD screen at the bottom with your speed and odometer and that type of stuff. So here we go. We're getting on I-75. I'm already in sixth gear. This windscreen in the position that it's in is I'm looking over it, and seems to be doing a pretty good job. I mean, I still feel a little bit of wind on my arms, but seems to be doing a pretty good job. So I don't really see a need for an aftermarket screen unless you just wanted one. As I was looking through the specs of this bike, I did notice that it does not have tire pressure monitoring, which most new and modern bikes do, and that would be a feature I would suggest to Honda that they add. You know, and I never had it until my last BMW F750 GS, and I mean, I rode my whole life without it, and you don't need it, but once you get used to it, it's nice to have. It's kind of like cruise control. Once you get that feature, either in a car or a motorcycle, you don't want to do without it, and I wouldn't want to do without it either. And this one has the DCT, so I mean, has the cruise control. I probably won't use it today, but I'm sure it works flawlessly, just like everything else. Suspension on this bike seems pretty good. This is a pretty smooth ride, and it's just odd, like coming to a stop like this, not you know, downshifting through the gears, just letting the bike do it on its own. As I come to a stop, I'm always looking to grab a clutch that I don't need to. But I like it so far, and you know, as I get older and my clutch hand gets weaker and arthritis gets worse, I can see this as a definite possibility. As far as the engine goes, it's a parallel twin, and you know, it's got all the torque and horsepower I would ever need, that's for sure. Riding position is pretty typical of these adventure style bikes. Pretty upright, comfortable. I was a little bit concerned about that when I went over to my BMW, you know, coming off cruisers, but I've gotten used to it and I like it a lot. It says a couple of power ports, one cigarette lighter type port on the left here and a USB port on the right, and if you're going to use the Apple CarPlay for this bike, you have to connect it to the motorcycle with a USB cord. The newer Goldwings, it's wireless, and that, I don't know if the Honda will eventually bring the wireless technology to this NT1100. They need to, because I don't see any place to put the phone, any cubby hole or anything, and you'd have to get a phone mount and put it on the handlebars, and I don't know, now your phone's out in the weather and subjected to the vibrations, and I don't know, I don't think that's too good. Alright, I'm up at 61 miles an hour, 6th gear, and it's just smooth as silk. As I said, Honda seems to be the leader in this automatic transmission and DCT technology. I know BMW is starting to come out with their automatic shift assist series on their, I think their 1300s. But you know, that bike's almost $30,000 by the time you do all that. If you're looking for something a little bit lighter, a little bit more affordable, I think this one kind of hits the mark. Seems to be very maneuverable. I don't have any problems getting around. I'm sure in low-speed parking lot maneuvers, it's similar to my 750 GS. Again, it's about, you know, it's about 40-50 pounds heavier because of the DCT and the bigger motor, but you know, once you get out on the road, you really can't feel that. I like the saddlebags and the top case that come with this. I mean, you have to pay for it, but they're color matched, and I think that's great. And this bike, again, it's you know, it's kind of a sport touring adventure bike. I don't think it's really meant for off-road use. I'm sure it'll probably do it on some light gravel roads, but it does not have the off-road riding mode like my GS has. My GS has an enduro riding mode, which adjusts things for being off-road, and this one does not have that. This is the first year this bike was introduced in the United States. It's been in Europe for a while, and if you want this bike now in the United States, you better like blue, because that's the only color it comes in, but it's a nice color actually. I'm sure future models you'll have your choice. Again, the only two suggestions that I would make to Honda are make the Apple CarPlay and Android Auto wireless, the phone, so you don't have to put your phone on the handlebars and plug it into the bike. That would be number one. number 2, go ahead and put the tire pressure monitoring system on the bike. I mean, most modern bikes of this type have it, and I think that's a great feature. I don't think either one of those are deal breakers. If you if you love this style of bike and you want a DCT, you don't want a clutch, I mean, this is the way to go. And if you want to put it in manual, it's got these little paddle shifters you can do. I'm not going to mess with those today. When I was getting the briefing, the guy told me, if you're out riding in the mountains and you see a big curve coming up, you might want to, downshift a gear. But it leans into the curves here pretty nice. Handles well. I like it. I think Honda's hit a home run with this model. It's very affordable. It's a style of bike that's very popular now. The ABS brakes on this, from what I read on the Honda's website, they're linked. So if you push the front brake, you're getting a little bit of the rear brake, and vice versa. ABS on both the front and the rear, and it's got an inertial measurement unit that measures your lean angle, and it's got to adjust it for your cornering. So that's the highest technology you can get in ABS brakes. These are not Brembo brakes. These are, I think, Nissan, but so far I've found the brakes to be just fine. And that's pretty much the technology you're going to get on the modern bikes. We're up here in the mountains in North Georgia and Tennessee, and here we go through a nice tunnel. This bike has LED lights all around, which is pretty standard these days, and that's good. The mirrors seem really nice, and as we come to the end of this ride, I like this motorcycle, but like I said on so many of my other demo ride, test ride videos, I tend to like every motorcycle I ride. I just love motorcycles in general. But this particular bike with all the electronic features and safety features and riding modes and the DCT automatic transmission, I think it's a winner. I think Honda's hit a home run, and it would be a Grand Slam game-winning home run if they'd make the Apple CarPlay wirelessly connected to the bike and put tire pressure monitoring on here, and throw in the saddlebags for as standard. But that's probably asking too much. All right, we're back at Southern Powersports in East Ridge, Tennessee. Demo ride is over. A little bit longer than normal demo rides, mostly city streets, but it was great to check out this DCT transmission. First time I've done that, and I like it. Let's see if I can get this thing stopped and put the parking brake on and put it in neutral, do all the things you're supposed to do to stop this thing. Turns very nicely though. All right. Ride's over, got the parking brake on, bike's turned off. Excellent ride.